Another reason I wanted to do this vlog is because I kind of wanted to show off something cool I got recently. I got a very, very late birthday present, but it is so awesome I honestly don't care. And I couldn't resist showing it off a little bit. Those of you who have me as a friend on Facebook might have noticed I've been talking a little more about Nightmare on Elm Street movies lately. Well, that's because I just recently got this. The Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Ooh, look at that. Isn't it lovely? It is the original Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare 2, Nightmare 3, Nightmare 4, Nightmare 5, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and it comes with, I have not watched this particular disc yet, but it came with this disc called the Nightmare Series Encyclopedia, and like I said, I have not watched it yet, but I'm sure there's a lot of awesome stuff on it. Look at that. Ooh, Freddy collage. It also came with this neat little book with just various information about the movies. And every time I open it up, something always falls out. And what's that, you might ask? 3D glasses. I'm not going to put those on. You may remember that in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, there's a 3D sequence which looks really dorky. Unless you saw it in the theater and you actually got the 3D glasses and everything. I never saw movies in the theater back then. I was watching them after they went to cable, and it's kind of dorky seeing it on your TV at home, where you know the lady's going ooh, and you're at home going, hey, I guess that looks cool in 3D? Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, yeah. My only complaint is that it's a little hard getting this in here without it sticking out a little bit, so you have to make sure one of the DVDs is out. So, there we go. I was very happy to get this. I've been asking for it for years. I saw it at, I think, Fry's Electronics, back when I used to have one that was near me. And ever since I saw it there, I've been asking for it for Christmas every year, and finally I got it as a late birthday present. I'm so happy. I recently watched, so far I watched, well, honestly, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is the only one I've seen, like, multiple times. It was, like, one of the first horror movies I watched that I really got into. It was kind of the movie that sort of introduced me into that slasher film genre, which I really didn't have any interest in before I saw it. And, you know, I've seen all of these movies at some point or another, but I haven't seen them a whole lot of times like I have them before. So I've been going through and re-watching these to kind of refamiliarize myself with the series. And I saw 1, 2, and 3 recently. I'm going to go through and watch the rest. I'm having sort of a gradual marathon. It's like every few days I'll pop one in, and you know, whenever I feel like putting in a DVD, I'll put one of these in. So yeah, I'm gradually going through this. So I eventually want to see all these again. It's been a while since I saw some of these. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. But this actually kind of brings me to something else. I recently had a new idea for a series. I'm not going to tell you, well, I'll just tell you what it's going to be, basically. It's sort of like the Game Den, but instead of talking about video games I like, I'm going to talk about mostly horror movies I like. It probably won't be all horror movies. But yeah, I mean, I think that describes it pretty well. It's not really going to be a review show, because I really don't do reviews per se. But yeah, it's just going to be a show where I talk about movies I like. Probably won't be quite as in-depth and detailed as the Game Den, but you never know. I'm not going to tell you which movies I'm going to review yet, of course. You'll just have to wait. I'm sure I'll get to these eventually, though, obviously, but I'm not going to start with these. The first episode, I have the script maybe about a third of the way written, so I hope it's going to come out within the next couple months or so. I recently changed computers, and a lot of my project stuff is on my old computer, and I don't have all the programs I need. Like my new computer has Sony Vegas, which is nice, but it doesn't have Photoshop, so I can't do any graphics right now. And also I think there's some codecs that need to be installed because the Vegas isn't playing certain kinds of files, and that needs to be dealt with because I'm having a hard time working on any projects in Vegas. But anyway, so, oh, there is one more thing I meant to mention. I was talking about other videos I was working on besides, you know, while I'm sort of on this semi-break from the game den. And I have a couple videos I started to make last year, and I never quite finished them. I'll go ahead and tell you what they are because they're fairly minor videos. One is that I actually filmed this while I was still doing my Resident Evil Let's Play, and I basically put up a camera. I put up my camcorder and I filmed myself playing it, and I basically go through a tutorial of sorts on how to do Let's Plays. For a while people were asking me for advice on how to do Let's Plays, so I started doing this tutorial demonstration type thing. It's very specific to the method I use, but you can probably, you know, adapt it to however you would want to do one. I got maybe halfway through it, and I didn't want to start. It's going to be in separate segments, and I didn't want to start putting any of them up until the whole thing was done because I didn't know how long it was going to take to finish it. So I hope to go back to that fairly soon. There's that, and I also started making a vlog type video where I showed off my Atari 2600 collection. Again, that's a very minor thing, but it'll be kind of fun. Yeah, so it's something to look forward to. Hopefully I'll get those done fairly soon. They'd be the perfect thing to work on while I'm kind of on a semi-break. I say semi-break because I'm going to keep working on videos, just sort of not working on the games in right now. So, my throat's getting tired, so I'm going to have to stop talking. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Bye.